right. It's looking kind of dreary outside. We may get a downpour, which would be pretty good because it has a days and the corn really needs the rain and my tomatoes. So hopefully it rains today, and I want to give everything a little fish emulsion to help give it a boost of fertilizer. Fish emulsion, by the way, is gold in a bottle. I'll explain more to you one day about that. It is nitrogen, which is 5%, and then it's 1% phosphorus and 1% potassium, or one part, I won't say percent part. NPK are the symbols for the essential nutrients for the growth of your garden: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And then you have your trace minerals, which is magnesium and copper and iron. When you have the red clay-like soil, its soil is rich in iron, so that's a really good thing. Magnesium can be amended to the soil with Epsom salt, and is really essential for things such as your peppers. But you got to be careful with magnesium because it can cause some stunting in some plants' growth. Like, it's good for tomatoes, but then at the same time you have to be careful with the magnesium that you add. For your tomato plants, they actually need a little potash. Not so much nitrogen. They do need nitrogen for the plant development, but at the same time, you'll be sacrificing blooms for the foliage. And if you're having a lot of blooms on your tomatoes with no fruit, one of the factors could be that it's inconsistent watering. For example, you're flooding it one week, and the next week there's not much watering at all, which also could be present when your tomatoes are cracking or splitting, as you might want to say, to kind of help the fruit set. But one thing, the temperature needs to be at least 60 and 70 degrees. But right now we're not getting any fruit because we are about to have another cold snap. It's going to be in the 40s for 2 nights in a row. So I know that's going to set back my fruit development on my better boys because they are blooming at this point. Once the temperatures get to maybe the 60s at night, 70s during the day, our blooms should go ahead and start setting fruit. Tomato plants tend to be self-pollinating, but the presence of bees does help the pollen get down into the down into the blooms to help with the pollination. Windy conditions can affect the fruit set too, because the pollen can actually just be blowing off. But you can actually have tomatoes with, not a whole lot of bees, whereas with squash, bees are essential, or you have to get out there and hand pollinate yourself, or you will not get any squash.